Many people have experienced near-death experiences, and the stories vary, in terms of what that experience consisted of. Uh, the closest near-death experience, I've had a few, actually, but the one that I think of in particular, well, let me say this, let me backtrack. In any close call that I've had with death, I didn't see any light or anything like that. It was just complete dark. No recollection of anything. It was painful coming back to, regaining consciousness, coming back to life, whatever. There was no nothing. It was complete black. I didn't see any light or loved ones or anything like that. The one experience I think of most, it's because it was the closest I think I ever came to death, was when I was being strangled, choked. And I had lost complete consciousness. And I remember, it's like, and I did a video about strangulation, and I talk more about what actually happened in that. But so this video is not about what happened during the choking, but it was just like the experience of just letting go. It was like I realized, I fought with everything that I had in me, but I'm a little woman, I'm petite and stuff, and I couldn't fight the guy that was doing that to me, so I fought to the best of my ability. But when I realized that I was screwed, the fight left me. It was like a point of acceptance of, combined with the fact that I had oxygen deprivation, so I had no oxygen going through, pumping through my blood to give my muscles the strength to continue to fight. I didn't have oxygen. It was totally cut off. So that was scary. And in that, your heart's racing faster because you need air and you're afraid. All that stuff takes extra, oxygen, respiration, all these things increase. So it expedited. The struggle might have only been 10 seconds. That's it. Maybe 15 at most. And so in the midst, I felt my body go weak, from the oxygen deprivation. I did. I felt my body go limp, and just a moment of acceptance, like it's over, because I thought I was dead. I felt, myself go weak, and there was nothing left to fight, or resist. I was completely helpless. How long I was, sorry, lipstick. How long I was out, I don't know. I didn't wake up in the hospital. Didn't go to the hospital either. I don't know. That's, I talked about the details in my other video, the strangulation, I just called strangulation. Anyway, if you want to know more details about that, you can view it there. But this is just about what happened, like, when I lost consciousness and no oxygen and all this stuff, the near-death experience of it. Everything just, I felt my body go limp, and it was a moment of acceptance of, like, I'm done. And I let go. I remember, my hands, I felt my hands drop from, like, his shoulders. I was trying to push him off of me, and I just felt my hands just go limp. My whole body did. But I remember that, you know, and I remember at that moment of acceptance, like, I'm done. You know, with life and death, you know, when it's really your time to go, I believe that's really what happens. I mean, innately, human nature, the animal instinct in a human being is to stay alive. You're going to do whatever you must to stay alive. You know, we look both ways before we cross the street to avoid getting hit by a car. We eat we eat daily. We drink to stay hydrated. We do all these preventative measures to keep ourselves around as long as possible. But when it comes down to life and death, even in the most volatile of situations, as was the case for me in that case anyway, was violent, you know, it comes a point where it's like you realize, you know, I'm screwed. I'm a dead woman. And I couldn't talk, or, you know, I couldn't yell, I couldn't do anything, I couldn't breathe. And as scary as it was while it was happening, it was like when I went limp, that moment of acceptance, all the fear inside of me was gone. It was just like, fine, you know, because there was nothing else I could have done. If I'd kept resisting, and, you know, well, I couldn't have. My body wouldn't let me. Physiologically, it wasn't possible. You know, when you are without oxygen, the idea is to remain calm and find a way to breathe again. But when it's in a violent situation, you're exerting a lot of energy and you need oxygen to maintain that. And when that's taken, like I said, the fight might have only been, I don't think it was more than 10 seconds before I was unconscious. It was all black. I didn't see loved ones. I didn't see anything. I didn't feel anything. Any sensations of warm fuzzies or feeling like I'm floating. It was none of that stuff. It's just black. And when I did come to, wasn't because he was helping me, the person that did that to me. It was, I guess, God, I don't know. And I don't know how long I was unconscious for, or halfway dead, or I don't know, you know, but for whatever reason, I came back around, and, you know, none of the other, you know, near-death experiences. I mean, I've overdosed on drugs and stuff. I've had overdoses, and it was the same thing. Everything was black. There was no variation in any of my experiences. Like, well, there was, you know, so, you know, with the drugs, if I'd had a sensation or something, you know, a doctor, one would argue, well, it was drug-induced or whatever, you know, the brain takes the longest to die, and it does. It's the, you know, the last thing in your body to die is the brain. You know, your heart can stop, your brain is still working. So, but even in, you know, drug overdoses, I did not have any of those experiences, and it's just black. I know, you know, in the one incident when I was given Narcan to resuscitate me, I was given Narcan more than once, incidentally, but this one specific time, I remember it was so painful when they gave that to me and I came back around. I was so angry, you know, because it hurt. I was at peace. Not that I embrace death. This video is not about embracing death. It's just about accepting life on life's terms, and death is very much a part of that. So, you know, please don't misconstrue here. But I was angry, you know, because it did. I Narcan, anybody familiar, if you've ever had a narcotic addiction, whether it was to heroin, Percocets, Dilaudids, Oxys, Vicodin, even Tylenol 3, you know, anything with codeine, morphine, narcotic based, you know, if you're given Narcan, if you overdose on a narcotic and then you go out and you're given Narcan to resuscitate you, it's painful. You are thrown into instant withdrawal. You know, so the way I came to in that one particular incident, I was in the ambulance and, you know, I was yelling at the paramedic, like, what the fuck did you give me? And, you know, it was the first time I'd ever been given Narcan, I think. Maybe the second. I don't remember which, because like I said, I've been given that a couple of times. So, but that particular incident, I was yelling and like, I was shivering. My blood pressure was really high. It was to bring me back. And I understand their job is to do what they must to keep, you know, to resuscitate. Now I have advanced directives. I'm not to be resuscitated. If it's my time to go, it's my time to go. You know, I mean, that was a long time ago with the Narcan incident, but I'm sharing this, you know, just for perspective or insight. You know, it's a part of life. And, you know, I think back to when I was younger, how afraid I was of it and stuff. And I guess, you know, as you get older, you come to terms with your own mortality. You know, it's a part of life. And you have to be right with yourself and with God or whatever you believe in after life. If you believe in anything. If you don't, you have to find that resolution within yourself to come to terms with your own mortality. You know, it was through those experiences, I guess, that made me realize, you know, life it's a gift. And all the things that happen in it, whether they make sense or not, whether they seem fair or not, there's a reason for it, and it's all part of our own personal process, our own journey. We all have a journey and a purpose here, you know. So, just felt like sharing about that, you know. So, I've had other close calls and things. And again, you know, all of them, they were all the same. It was all black. It wasn't scary. It wasn't anything. You know, it was absolutely just... But to come back from something, all the feelings and all the stuff that you feel in life is present again. So in that way, and of course, you know, with Narcan, a drug-induced type of resuscitation, yeah, it was painful. Very much so. I was pretty angry, but I understood, you know. And I'm grateful because I'm here now. If I died then, I would have never got to know my granddaughter, you know. I would have never gotten to know that. I wouldn't have been around to see my granddaughter or anything, you know. So I wouldn't be where I'm at, and I wouldn't have met the people that I've met and have people in my life that I have in my life today. So, you know, everything comes down to how you look at things. But it's a place of acceptance. So thanks for viewing me. And to those of you that have subscribed to my channel, I appreciate that. I'm relatively new, and I'm trying to to become regular with this. Thank you. Thank you for your subscription to my channel.